Welcome back to Sevtech Ages, and it's time to look at another Shoggoth lair. Are there going to be any in this time? This is newly discovered, or at least I think so. So I really hope there's some in here. And it does sound like there is. I just want to make sure, however, I can actually get back away from this thing once I'm in. I guess I can. I can come up this way. I want to make sure I've got an escape route. That should do. Alright, so I was going to do a farm, as I said in the previous episode, but let's do it the more traditional way. So I'm going to try and say hi. And we need to get quite a few of these out of here. And they hit like trucks, and I headed the wrong way. In any case, we're going to draw as many of them out as possible. They don't move very much, but they do hit very hard, and they can climb walls. So we're going to get many of them out, and they should drop slime all over the floor. When they do that, at least once we get a few of these out, they should have the option to spawn monoliths or the big statues. And when they do that, well, that's when we get... there we go. So there's another one. That's when we get this going, and we're going to need a few of those. So we need to get going. Oh, this is a little bit sort of tight spacing. So let me go and do that and see if I can get a few spawned. And I did eventually go for a kill box approach rather than try and draw them out. I did try it, but you have to get so many of them out of this layer that I had problems. So I created this kill box. It's just a 3x3 inside volume with half slabs on the floor. And I'm spaced 2 spaces out because they can hit through a 1-block wall. So we got 2 spaces out, and that half-block floor is in there, so we don't get any other spawns. And then just down the side here, you've got enough room because of the size of this ramp that you can get down here. And if you need to get in, you can go underneath like this to get to the drops if you want to. Or, to be honest, I find it just as easy to not do that and just drop myself in here. You see I've got 2 totem poles. One's giving me luck, one's giving me strength. So I've got 56 Shoggoth flesh, which should be enough. And here they come. So they're just far enough away that they can't hit me. I'm just going to put this here so that I can't accidentally step up. And then we can just hit the Shoggoth as they actually come to the ramp. There we go. And it doesn't take very long when you've got strength 3 from 5 wolves. If you don't have that, it can take a lot longer. So I definitely recommend taking your totem knife with you. Okay, so there is the other way of getting stuff. You can head in, back out, and replace this, and we're up to 60 flesh, which is more than enough for our purposes. The statues, I think there are 7 of them. Each one to upgrade from the decorative versions, which don't take Shoggoth flesh, just take monolith stone. Each of those, so there's 7 of those, and each of them take 8. So that's 56, and I've just got a few more just to keep things going. So hopefully my horse is still around somewhere. I may have lost it, but if you're on this seed, whoops, wrong key. If you're on this seed, there's the Darklands we went to. This is over the west, and then there's the bridge I had to construct, and then our home's all the way down here. So quite far north, and I'll have a long run if I can't find my horse again. If I can, good news. Haha. Hello. Alright, so we now have a horse, and I guess I have to go back to the village once I've slept, and then from there we can get home. Okay, so we're back at the base, and there's a couple of modifications I've been doing. This has actually been a couple of real-life days since I just farmed those Shoggoth. And first of all, this is a new computer, so a little bit better frame rate, for one, although the shaders are really eating up that frame rate. We're running around 45, 48, something like that, with everything on. I obviously get hundreds of frames per second if I turn shaders off, but this does just let me get things done. If you're interested, that's an AMD 2700X. The new Ryzen processor, so it's got 8 cores. Hopefully should help with processing for encoding for YouTube. So will let me get that done a little bit faster. As you can see, I've been and got some vines. I went and found a jungle and a swamp, And let's just find the map. Let's put that in the right place. Okay, so if we just look out here to the right, we've got a swamp right here. See that? That's the sort of ground that it shows you for a swamp. And then further down, it's a Shoggoth lair. Keep on going down. Now we've got another swamp here. And all the way at the bottom, we got jungle. So you can see jungle looks a little bit different. And that is where I found vines. Except I didn't have any of the instruments on me at the time, so I didn't manage to get a parrot to convert it into an eagle. We'll do that later via the other method. But if you want vines, you're going to need to take... I had to make some, while I was out there, some shears. And then you can then get the vines themselves. And that will really, really help. So here you can see, obviously I've got quite a few. And we can then make moss stone. And moss stone is pretty much why I went and got these vines. There are other uses for them as well, but let's just have a look at this. So I need to empty my inventory. Let's just go over here and try and merge everything. Okay, I've got some leather cordage and some leather strips. We'll come back to that in a second. So is it just mossy stone and vines? It is moss stone. So then we want moss. And it's this stuff that we actually want. So we surround it with sort of saplings of any kind or leaves. But I think I've got plenty of... if it's just regular oak saplings, I've got tons of... Where does that stick keep coming from? If it's regular oak saplings, I've got enough. So we can use that and we get creeping moss. Creeping moss is really going to help us. And let's just actually make some more of it because I am going to need some more. So let's just put 2 of those, 2 of these, and make more of it. Now, you may be familiar with moss in previous versions of Minecraft in sort of repairing stuff, Tinker's Construct, that kind of thing. This is not the same stuff. This is to transform the hunting dimension. So the hunting dimension is, let's just take a look, some blocks. So we're going to need probably about 10 of these. And it's sort of woods. I'm not sure if it needs any type of wood. Let's quickly check that as well. So we need a stone sword and wood logs. This is where I normally find out I don't have wood logs. I've got some dark oak and yew. Let me just try yew, see if that works. Well, there we go. A ring and stone sword. It does work, so that will work fine. And then we need another stone sword. That stick came in handy. Put that there. Yew around the outside again. That's 8. We're going to need at least 10, aren't we? Where did I put my stick? There. Yep, that's the advancement done. I want sticks. Where's it put them? There we go. And I just have just about enough cobblestone just to finish this. There we go. Stone sword, and I'm going to need some more wood, aren't I? Don't want to use the dark oak. Definitely don't want to use Sakura. That's just something I found while I was out there. I don't want to use mulberry either, but if you do see mulberry, you are going to need it, so get some saplings if you do see it out there. Same thing with Sakura wood, that's the pink stuff over there, and dark oak is the 4th, sort of the trunks that are 2x2 in nature, so watch out for those as well. Let me go and get some more regular oak though, and so let's see if we can just craft the last of the hunting dimension portal. Okay, so I've got that started up, and we'll go and take a look at that in a second. I've crafted a backpack just to be able to get me some more space in my inventory. That will do for now. I do need to craft the upgrades, but we don't have them just yet. I'm going to put our portal down way over here. So that was something to pick up. Way over here, it's their typical nether portal. And you just right-click it with a stone sword, and you'll get the portal up. And you'll hear mob noises coming from it, so I don't suggest putting it in your base unless you like mob noises. So if you go a step into the portal and press shift, you will basically get teleported over here. And on this side, it's dark. Now I've gone ahead of time and just put torches down just so I have a bit of a chance to actually do stuff. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to build a mob sort of, not a mob spawner, but a mob killer sort of area. And because we've got the totems, we've got an opportunity to do quite a quite a nice job with totems. And the design I saw was on a Reddit post for tips and tricks for this mod pack. And it was quite a nice one, at least for this early in the game. I prefer obviously something a lot more automatic later on, but for now, you can see there are mobs all over the place. There's one there, and then there's others around. Can't see any more at the moment, but we need to pick a direction, build that mob spawner. But before we get to that, what we actually need is to be able to change the biome over here in the hunting dimension by getting creeping moss. Okay, so one other thing, just while we're on our way to our next destination, I did turn up the render quality in game as well, so that's shaders. So those of you, I think everyone's in favor of the shaders, no one said against anyway, and I think most people were saying it may be a bit blurry, so I've turned up the render quality. That should make it a little bit sharper on screen. Do let me know if that's not the case, of course. I can always up that a little bit more. Of course, the more that goes up, the lower the frame rate, but other than that, it has no real downside. So we're going to head out to the Darklands, and that's where we need our creeping moss, because the creeping moss we're going to be able to change into a Darklands version. The Darklands version, as an example, it lets us change the biome, but only if we're in the hunting dimension. So it's ideal for us to shift that dimension to whatever we want it to be. And I think when you use it up, you should get some of the original biome creeping moss back, so we can always change it back later if we want to. We're obviously going to want that mob killer to be oops, I need to just make sure I've got the, there we go. There we go. We need to make sure we've got the mob killer probably in the center of one chunk, and then each moss will get us to change one chunk's worth around it. So if we have, 10 or 11, we can probably change quite a few chunks if we need to. Oh, yes, I need a new outlet for my cuteness overload. And ponies, they can't. So I was like, yes, we need to change the biome of quite a few. So being able to do that is worthwhile. And I'm going to head over to the Darklands now. So I'll see you over there. And here we are, arriving at our wonderful Darklands area, and hopefully this will work straight away. So is it right click or shift right click? Right click. I can only change biomes. That's the biome command. Shift right click. Yep, there we go. So we've got Darklands creeping moss, and I've got to run all the way back again. So my horse is over there near the village. Horses don't like water. I wish they did. That's the only downside to the things. And I've been looking everywhere for wild dogs. I went out for a full hour, didn't see a single one. Found the regular dogs, which are called Long Boy, and I'm pretty sure that meme-like name is not the original name, and the steppe wolves, but I couldn't see any wild dogs anywhere, which is unfortunate because they make really, really good boots. But yeah, if you know of a guaranteed place to find them, feel free to leave a comment below. Yeah, what do you think, guys? Where do you find wild dogs in this pack? Anyway, back to the base, and then we can go and start building our, well, not spawner, but our mob trap. And we've gone back to shaderless mode for a second because I want to be able to see these lines, and we can't really see them too well in the shader mode. So what we want to do is pick a chunk first of all, and maybe we should pick, say, this one. It seems reasonable. And roughly in the center of it, we're going to place our totem pole. Let's just get up. 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't need it that high in this particular case, but we will have that done anyway. And so around that we want some room to walk, and then outside that we want our grinder. So let's just put 3 in here, let's say. And it's going to be quite small, isn't it? But that's going to be okay. And then 3 here. So we've now got that on either side. And we should be able to reach. Can we reach? Yeah, we can. So we want 3 high in every direction. And I'm going to just use, no, this is quite dark. We can put something here, a couple of stones. And let's actually, do I have any torches left? I do have a couple. Oh, ow. Wow. What on earth hit me? Really? What the heck is that? How am I getting acid missiles? What's shooting acid missiles at me? Really? Let's just where's that cobblestone gone? I had cobblestone in my inventory, now I don't, and I'm getting acid missiles. What are you? Oh, a golem. Okay, let's just get rid of the golem. There you go. And there's my cobblestone, just when I thought I didn't need it anymore. So we can get back up. And now I can place those torches down, I guess. Just put one over here and one over here for the moment, and we'll complete our frame. Okay, maybe 2 high, maybe 3 high, I haven't decided yet. And of course, inside we've got our oak wood, which will become our totem. This should do. Now, we've got a choice here. We're going to need to put fences in for the mobs to be able to see us, but not get to us. It's about the only block that we can do. But outside that, we have a choice. And here, and this is where things get a little bit interesting. What we can do is just put Punji Sticks down, and these are made with sugarcane, like this. I'll do that all the way around anyway. And can we put them on the wood? We can. Good. I probably want to leave a space so I can actually climb up this probably here once we have our totem base. In fact, let's do that now. We want the spider, yes. And we also want Ocelot. Ocelot stops creepers blowing up. Oh, Ocelot stops creepers blowing up, so we definitely want that. And then let's get to totem base so we can activate this. Okay, spider, so that means I can now climb up. Great. And we've got Punji Sticks defenses all the way around. Now what I was going to say is here we can just put Punji Sticks on the floor and then fill in these sides. We need to get fences for that, but otherwise, you know, that works just fine. However, what we may want to do is put hoppers down instead on the ground. Oh, it's dark over here. Let's fix that. And the hoppers should collect the drops, and then we probably need some chests just to collect them. I think there is, however, a slightly sort of nicer version of chests that just fit full blocks, and I think they're called crates. I was going to put them in here just because I don't like, well, first of all, this is a 9x9 internal, 7x7 internal, so I can't put chests. It won't like it if I try and put them next to each other, the singles and the doubles, but you can do it with crates, I think. Let's just get a crate. Wooden crate from Bristlecraft. So that needs a chest and planks and sticks, but you get 2 wooden crates with it. And the other thing is, of course, that then these will let us fit full blocks, and they may look quite attractive as the floor. More importantly, they will let us get close to the well, we'll put hoppers on top of them, hopefully, and then we can just pull stuff out of them without going outside. So, do I have enough wood for this, though? It could take quite a bit. And what we also want is the hoppers. And are they the recipe that we used previously? Yeah, still the same recipe. Okay, so we're just going to need lots of chests, which is going to need lots of oak wood even. And let's just go and put that in. Actually, let me first of all, I'm going to need to get rid of these vines from here. Let me just do that without pressing shift. Get the wood blade, and we want to strip the bark off them first. Bark is really, really useful in this mod pack. And then we'll put these in to be chopped up by one of our 3 horses. This one in this case. Let's just fill in the top. So I'm going to go over there, get lots and lots of wood, get it processed, and then we'll come back once that mob spawner is ready. Mob spawner? Mob grinder. Okay, so we're only going to do one side fully with hoppers because I'm just out of wood. I'm waiting for my horse to chop more of it. Let's go and give this a go. And let's do the side that's facing away. So let's just grab our shovel. And there's a skeleton for us to fight. You won't be able to get in soon enough. Let's actually just build some protection in here. There we go. So now they won't be able to get to us. Ish. As long as the golems don't decide to disintegrate fences, that should be okay. I guess we could put a gate in here, to be honest. I haven't built any gate, but let's start this out. So let's just pop this flooring out. And now let's just put our wooden crates in. There we go. And from the outside now, I'm going to get pinned against this wall, but... Oh, really? Another golem. Let's get the hoppers in place. And then, can we plant the Punji Sticks on these now? Can. Good. And they should hurt themselves. There we go. And does that drop anything into our crates, I wonder? Or did it not drop anything? The golems? You're not working? Ah, well. Let's go and make sure we put the rest of this up. Make sure we arm the top of this thing so that the main reason why we're arming... Ah, there we go. The main reason we're arming the top, by the way, is anything that spawns in the Darklands, like Shoggoth or whatever else that comes out here, or spiders, they'll try and climb the walls, and if we don't protect against that, well, they're just going to climb over the top, which would not be good. I'm just going to leave that space for me to climb if I need to. And later on, we can, of course, put Punji Sticks everywhere. I think what I'm probably going to do is have a little underground tunnel or something to a protected area next to the portal. And otherwise, should be okay here. So, what we then should do is just turn on the F9 mode again, just so we can see the chunks. And now we're going to go and start changing chunks over. So, ow! Don't step on your own Punji Sticks. But if you want to change this chunk, it's been changed to Darklands. As is this one. As is this one. And let's go and grab the other side. Whoa. Okay, so that's 5 chunks changed. And we're going to step inside, I think. And put the fence up. And put some Punji Sticks outside. Like that. There's only 1 block high left. And now lots of things should be coming in. And hopefully killing themselves and dropping into our hoppers, at least on this side. Has anything dropped in here yet? Maybe it doesn't work into crates. We'll have to go and have a look at that once it's finished, but if not, we can always put regular chests in there, or indeed replace those hoppers with the better 4-slot versions. Okay, I think that's it for now. We could fill out the rest of this totem pole, but we don't actually need much else. Just the ocelot to stop creepers from exploding, and the spider to let us climb over the walls. Which means, actually, I could just fill in this last one. We don't actually need a gap in here anymore. Whoops. Let me just put Punji Sticks in first. Before I do that. Just 1 set. There we go. And we can always climb back over the walls. If we need to. And it does look like we need the multiple slot versions, because I've tried this on this one. Doesn't work. If I just grab that back. Try another middle one. Does work. So we're going to have to upgrade these to the Whopper Mark IIs, and then that should work as a collection facility, and we can just stand inside then and wait for things to come to us. Now, it still works as is, as you can hear, but we just don't get things automatically collected. However, works just fine. Once things stop dying. There they go. And then we can just obviously step outside and collect. Finished. There we go. Step outside, we get some zombie flesh, we get some shadow gem shards. Those are the things we want, because we need to get the shadow gems for the puzzle craft, which is going to be next episode now. Okay, so between the episodes, I'm going to keep on upgrading our whoppers and going putting them down out there near the mob grinder and getting drops from that. And hopefully just me leaving the computer on near that for a while will start getting us shadow gems and various mob stuff. I'll build an underground passage or something like that to make it easy and safe to get out there, just in case lots and lots and lots of mobs spawn. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. We've got our first mob grinder done, although that is using totems a little bit and is using Punji Sticks, but I'm sure we'll make something quite a lot better later. In any case, we've got something going for this. We've got our hunting dimension up, and we have a means to change the biomes in the other hunting dimension for whatever we want. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Feel free to give it a like, subscribe, share, and leave comments below as normal. But I need to turn shaders back on. It really does look much better with the shaders on, especially the water. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, as always, and I'll see you next time.